All right, friends. We are live, maybe, possibly. This is a test. If you can hear me, congratulations. You're currently part of a very exclusive beta test of the Soundstage EDU Chaos Machine. Oh, I'm right now. I'm testing Streamyard during my brief lunch break because apparently I've reached a stage of life where I thought it'd be a great idea to, I thought, hey, what would make my life more interesting? My already busy world. What would make it better? More buttons. I have a friend that loves buttons, so that's what we're doing here. More screens, more buttons, more places where I can accidentally go live before I'm ready. So here we are. And this is not anything formal. This is just kind of on a whim. We're not teaching a class. We're not polished. I mean, this is no influencer style live stream. I mean, you know, they got the perfect surrounding. They don't have a mess everywhere like I do. Their lighting's perfect. And they have a ring light that they named Brenda that shines in their glasses and looks weird. Here you see my monitors because I'm sitting here staring at this thing wondering if anything will, you know, pop on or what, or I should probably test it. But I mean, back to the lights. I have two ring lights that sit on either side of my camera, one above my big monitor, one above my smaller monitor, and then there's the other monitor, and then there's a monitor here and a monitor here. But I can't even plug my ring lights in and turn them on because the minute I do, my USB hub overloads and everything shuts down. So it is what it is. This is really the reason I'm doing this is just to make sure I know what the heck I'm doing. So I know how to go live on YouTube and on Facebook at the same time. And honestly, I have no idea if this thing is actually working. So let's go see. Let's look at my phone here, and I'm going to open up the app and it's live on YouTube, so that's pretty cool. So we don't get an echo, I'm going to shut that down. And maybe I should check Facebook. Now, what's really cool, I thought, and yeah, it's live on Facebook too. So let's see, what did it do? Okay, well, whatever. We're going to just roll with this. We're going to make sure it's working. We're going to go for a few minutes. We're going to see if I'm showing that people are starting to show up on here. One of the cool things that I noticed when I was an attendee or a participant in a StreamYard platform type of deal, they were posting comments that were live on Facebook or whatever. I don't know if I don't know how that works. So I guess we're going to find out. If there is anyone there, I'm showing one person that could have been me from when I opened my phone. If there's someone there, drop a comment so I can see where the comment actually goes and how I might be able to highlight it. I'm really not, I mean, I'm not kidding, guys. I'm new on this. I'm figuring this out as we're going because, what the last thing I want to do is summon some weird demon from YouTube or Facebook world or the Wi-Fi router, but since we're here, let's talk about some of the things that we do see here because I can't just come on here and not say anything to you guys. But let's talk about some of the things that I've been seeing and some of the things that you've heard me saying lately. And that's that a lot of the problems we have here aren't music problems. They're people problems. They're very likely communication problems. They're culture problems. They're nobody knows who's supposed to do what, but everybody has an opinion type of problems. You know what I mean? They're the group chat has become the real board meeting. We have 47 volunteers, but only 3 people know where the keys are. We know these problems. And then, of course, my personal favorite, the one I can't ever not talk about is the one that goes, "We've always done it this way." That phrase should come with a warning label, because sometimes when someone says we've always done it this way, that usually means this is a tradition and that matters. Sometimes it means nobody's asked a hard question since 2008, and now we're emotionally attached to something that's potentially broken. And that, my friends, is why we're existing here. This is why Soundstage EDU exists. We're not here to make boosters boring. We're not here to turn every parent into a nonprofit attorney. We're not here to drain the joy out of band or theater, choir, orchestra, all of those things. Winter Guard, drumline, whatever beautiful little piece of chaos that you've signed your family up for, we're here to make the adult side of the adults healthier. That's why we're here. So the kids can actually thrive inside of it. And because here's the truth. Kids can feel it. They may not know the bylaws are the mess. I mean, they may not know that the board is fighting behind the scenes. They may not know these things. They don't know that your treasurer's overwhelmed. They don't know how exhausted their director is, and they don't know that the president's about to snap and snack table has somehow become a political battlefield. But what they do know is that they can feel when the adults are not getting along. They understand when y'all aren't okay. And they can also feel when the adults actually are aligned. They can feel when the culture is healthy. They know when the room's safe. They understand when parents understand that the mission is bigger than one fundraiser, one parade, one cast party, one contest. Better, more important than the show shirt, one dramatic Facebook comment. I mean, they know these things, and they'll plug into it. That's the work. That's why we're here. That's the lane. And that's why I have a tendency to talk about governance and culture, and it's why we talk about leadership and why we're building leadership labs, and we talk about communication. And yes, apparently that's why I'm now testing live stream software, like I'm launching a cable news network out of my home. So while I'm testing this, let me say this. If you're a parent, booster leader, director, instructor, tech person, theater, adult, band dad, band mom, board member, volunteer, maybe a person who somehow became voluntold or in charge of the thing because you made eye contact at the wrong meeting. We know you're out there. I'm out there. I'm one of them. Welcome. You're my people. Soundstage EDU is building tools, labs, conversations, and resources to help you do this work with a little more clarity and a lot less panic. One of the things I put back out in the forefront again today was the AI tool hub that we made. It's for those of you that need affordable, practical support in the middle of the night. Because honestly, I get a lot of emails at 1, 2 in the morning. Because that's when y'all are thinking about this. This is when you have time to decompress and process, or maybe be away from all the other people and just be with yourself and really flesh out what it is you need to talk about. And that's when I get these emails. And often they're really eye-opening. You know, it's those tools are there for you when I can't be. That's the point of them. And I sent out an email about it today. And you know, one thing I want to emphasize is it's not this weird Chat GPT random AI slop. This is stuff this tool was programmed and trained by me and my 30 years of experience of doing this. So it's very much like having me in your pocket. But in this case, you can do it at 1 o'clock in the morning without paying me $150 an hour to do it. It's $12 a month. You know, we're working on the leadership labs. We're working on all kinds of stuff. We're constantly moving here, despite the fact that I'm busy, that I do most of this work during my lunch break and late at night. I mean, leadership, nonprofit governance, all of that doesn't need to be terrifying, but it does need to be real. And we're going to have some parent conversations coming. We're going to have booster board member conversations. We're going to have conversations with instructional staff, which is why we're testing this streaming platform, because we're doing that first one tomorrow. and I want to make sure that this actually works. So, if you're brave enough to be on those live streams, let me know. I mean, we'll talk about the things that people whisper about in the parking lots. We'll put it out in public here. We'll make it out. We'll put it out in the open. And I know some of y'all are not afraid, so let's do it. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff here. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. We're rounding past 10 minutes now. I just thank you for being here for this little technology test. I mean, I saw one or two people. No one else, because this wasn't actually scheduled. This is just on a whim as I'm getting ready to do this before heading into another meeting. So, anywho, I didn't see any comments. That's fine. When we do the live stream tomorrow, we're going to get more testing and we're going to figure out how this actually works out. So, yeah, this was StreamYard. This thing works. I'm assuming I saw it in both places, but hey, what do we always say here before we sign off? And maybe I'll reposition my camera better. I don't know why I got to sit here and stare at myself on the screen to make sure it's working, but whatever, right? Maybe if I move the dashboard over here, is that a little better? It's awfully dark. That's fine. We'll fix those things later. We'll get better. So anyway, I'm going to sign off. As always, let's raise the bar together.